Hello everyone, welcome back to more From the Depths. We stand again on my mighty giant battleship. I'm thinking for today's episode I have like 1.5, maybe like 2 hours or something of building time ready and available. So I will be building something that sort of replicates the battleship but smaller, less parts. I think I'll go for something like a dreadnought, like the World War I Warspite, which also served in the Second World War. So, without teasing, I will be back once I do basic design for the hull. Be right back, folks. Okay, we are back. We have the raw outline of a ship. It is like 208 length. There we go. We've got some double layers on the side here. Don't have a lot inside yet, this is just temporary. I'm all gonna work on this. And right over here we actually have 6 torpedoes. I've decided that we're gonna fit this battleship with some torpedoes in the prow. We'll see how that works in the long run. We've also got the beginnings of like a turret over here. We'll be taking a look at that. But first I'd like to show you how the torpedoes work. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna fly very far away. Then we're going to spawn ourselves a submarine, the Deepwater Guard Spec Quad, to be more precise. Spawn it on the enemy team, there we go. Now he should dive if he has any sense. We'll launch our torpedoes. Some of them are set with a elevation of 5, so they'll launch up with the ejectors. And these ones actually flew like 700 meters. But yeah, they have like 4 propellers at the back, 2 fuel tanks, 3 fins. We've got a regulator on there. We've got APN guidance, so it basically uses the fin. It uses the fins to be on a consistent like goal to the target. And there we go. We got a lovely hit. We took a bunch of health off of it, and we're almost ready to launch again. It's been damaged pretty badly. I'm not gonna lie. There's a lot of chunks in the water. We'll send out the next wave. Now the good thing is, because we're firing torpedoes and not shells or anything, we can pierce its shield. Which is pretty nice. There we go, we set off its ammo. And we have more fish in the water. Alright, there we go. 2 hits, it's already down to basically critical health. So that's pretty good. Combine that with 381mm guns. We'll hopefully be able to pierce shields without problems. And this will be a beautiful battleship. We'll try to have like 4 turrets or something. I'm still not entirely sure if they're doubles or triples. And he's actually inside our torpedo minimum range, which is a little bit annoying. But yeah, that just basically illustrated my point. They're secondary weapons, they're not going to be the main focus, obviously. This isn't a submarine, this is a boat. And boats carry big guns. Now let me quickly check in my second window to see what armaments the Warspite had. I think it's 4 twin 15-inch. Alright. I want to try and copy that design because I think it's a cool design. There we go. Make sure that we don't accidentally click off the window. So we're going to go to advanced cannons. We'll probably put the firing piece over here, like 4 in. So we'll do this and this to keep it like balanced. Mirror mode goes on. Advanced cannon, firing piece. Does not want to work yet. How about now? There we go. And then I'd like to get barrel 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. So there we go. It's a bit like the gun isn't all that impressive just yet, but you wait. No, we'll just go for gauge increases. We'll go 1, 2, 3, and 4. We get you the desired shell gauge 381. double checking in the other window to make sure. There we go. And you do not have the diameter to reach it yet. We need 6, okay. There we go. Now it's suddenly looking a lot more threatening. We'll get a gauge splitter over here. Gauge splitter over there. We'll attach some cooling units. Actually, if we do it like this, we can then have more over here. Yes! I know it's not going to be that quick firing. I want to kind of keep it balanced. What we're going to do next is we're going to add a shell in here just for testing purposes. Ammo controller. That's 4. I want to make it 8. Because this is going to be a big shell. It's going to be very customizable. We'll have a lot of gunpowder casings in there. I want to use like... I think Sabo would be overkilling it, and it would kill any explosive damage. I do want to have some explosives on here, so... Armor-piercing capped head. I'm gonna go for a squash head, I think. Yeah, we'll go for an armor-piercing cap with... Solid body? No. Actually, I think solid bodies might be the way to go. We'll also put a penetration depth fuse on here of... We'll set it to 4 meters. Or 1 second after hitting a surface. Then what we'll do here is we'll add some high explosive warheads. I think that might not be a bad one. And then shell rear, I'd like... Base bleeder? Base bleeder might be a good idea. We don't need slowdown due to water. We don't need a graviton ram. We don't need a tracer because we don't get the bonus from it anyway. Base bleeder, yeah, that'll be fine. Tell me at 381. Requires 6 gauges. Optimal barrel length 20.7 meters. Oh dear, propellant burn is going to be terrible. We'll try it. This is literally just an attempt to see how this works. Or how it would work. We're gonna go for a... What kind of shit unload do you need? Length of shell rack, 8. Obviously. It's a good thing we have a bloody oversized turret then. Ammo clip. 8 meters, there we go. It's gonna take a bloody long time to pass, isn't it? Ammo input feeder. Force all intakes, there we go. So you should also do that. Yep, they're all connected, that's good. Now we just need to wait. I'll probably put the shell racks more in the middle later, but this is just a test for now to see if this works. Let me quickly bring up... just to make sure that I'm not like massively going over time, because I don't have a lot of time, unfortunately. We forgot to put a mantle on here. I am an idiot. We're gonna make it longer anyway, so we might as well make sure to put a mantlet on there. Honestly, we'll just go with the AA one. That seems like the most viable one. One is definitely faster than the other for some reason. Oh, you're not limited. Ah, that's why. There we go, they're now equal. You're gonna pass it on at some point? Takes 336 ammo. How long does it actually take? 83 seconds. He should have been in there already by now. Oh, there we go. That's gonna take like 40 seconds to load in. We'll probably attach like a second rack. To the loading speed modifier. Huh. I think because the shell manages to fit in, it actually decreases the loading time? I'm not sure if that's new, or if that's like a thing they changed recently. If that's new, then bloody hell, I like it. We'll quickly set up some extra racks. You know, it might help. Yeah, I think that longer things help load faster or something. That's cool. That'll help make longer shells more viable. Oh, there we go. Test fire. We fly at 250 meters per second. Do quite a bit of damage. Hopefully. I think it might be a good idea to extend this just a... Oh, I think we're loaded. Yeah, we're loaded. Barrel is still cooling down. How long does it take you to cool down? 26.77 seconds, okay. So that is pretty horrendous, I must say. Not that we're surprised or anything. It's just shock. We're literally just experimenting here. Don't expect anything optimal. Crap. They're all connected. That's good. Do a quick test fire. Down to 10.7 seconds. Now that's acceptable. Right, just top the shell up. I do love how these giant shells look. They look menacing. And we're ready to fire again. Wildly inaccurate. Wildly inaccurate, sadly. We can't see, like, anything in here that would help us indicate that. Click. It's more of a thunk than a click, but yeah. Inaccuracy 0.7. Really? Alright, let's change it up. Let's change it up. I'd like, well, maybe less gunpowder casings. More high explosive. That'll take us more barrel length for accuracy, but we don't have quite as much propellant to burn. Wildly inaccurate. Might have to make the barrels longer. Like, this is getting ridiculous at this point. There we go, that should do it. That should do it. Recoil's about 250,000 per gun. Yeah, that makes sense. These are heavy guns. Okay, they seem a bit more accurate now, but it... Oh god, it's just like firing a battleship gun in World of Warships. It's bloody inaccurate. I'm almost tempted to say, like, hey, we are going to use the shell rear thing that gives us... Oh, no, we can't put a fin on here. We can, however, put a stabilizer fin on here. Put a base bleeder on the back here, then. 25 meters of accuracy. 42 meters of propellant burn, so we're still not gonna get the optimal propellant out of this. But that should help, like, reduce accuracy. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna shrink the guns in shell gauge for just a second, so they hopefully should load new things. There we go. Cleanse everything in the system. So yeah, like I said, cooldown time, acceptable. Recoil, we don't really care about that much. It's a bloody big gun, it's gonna give a bit of a shock. Hydraulic recoil absorber. We're gonna take a look at it anyway for Queen and Country, as the British would say. Their Royal Navy. This is gonna be a large turret, which is fair because it's gonna be a battleship, not a tugboat or anything like that. Alright, ye torpedoes, scurvy dogs. Yoink. That's gonna make it a lot more effective. I could probably stuff a bunch of torpedoes in that ship, but I don't want to. Don't really care that much. Yeah, shell's gonna look a bit different now. Still awesome. Like, I love looking at the shells in the racks, which is exactly why I despise, like, solid ones. I know that they're bloody good in, like, the reduction of slowdown. Like, rendering all the shells takes a lot of stuff. If you just go for close racks, you won't ever get to see them. They'll just, like, yeah, they'll be there. In theory. You won't ever get to see them, but that's totally fine. Oh, look! Shells! God, they look beautiful. Love it. This is so cool. I'm enjoying building again. It's not that I don't enjoy building, it just takes a bloody lot of time, and I often don't have the time. Which results in me feeling bad for not having the time, because this is still a fun part of the game, don't get me wrong. We could make them rail guns. Oh my god, that would eat everything. It would also eat a lot of power. Admittedly, we can get a lot of power, but it's still not great. Boom! Well, they're already more accurate. Speed is still like 300 meters per second, which is fine. Cooldown is lower, so we can get rid of some of that, those parts. We're already loaded with a giant thunk. I'm not sure if that's a shell rolling in place or something, but bloody hell does it sound good. Right, are you about ready to fill up the second clip, mister? That'd be lovely. Actually, I think we could probably get away with adding more ammo input feeders on the front here. Maybe? Force all intakes. Oh, there we go. Second rack filled up like hell. And yeah, they get... Okay, that's great. So now having a larger autoloader and a smaller shell to fit in that actually does... Okay, that's cool. I like it. That's been updated at some point, and I never noticed until now because I don't tend to use 8-meter shells. That's gonna make it even faster to load. That's gonna be awesome. Obviously, we'll add more shell racks on here. Because why the hell not, right? It's fun. Wait, I should have waited for that. Then we still have to assign this one. Then we're going to assign all of these. Force them all. This is going to be a good autoloader. It's down to 0.24. Multiple... Yeah, it's 2 racks of shells for now. We'll wait with that, and then we'll probably end the episode. I think what I'm going to do depends on like the feedback that I'll get on this episode. What I might go and do is split this into another episode of building, which does mean that we're going to do a lot of building. But at the same time, it's such an integral part of the game, and I don't tend to do a lot of building on camera. Like, for example, the whole building. I didn't do that on camera because I was listening to music, etc. But it's gonna take longer for the campaign, but still, you'll be able to see more glorious building, which is also fun, right? I guess just let me know down below. If not, I'll have plenty of time to at least make something out of this off camera. I say that, but I'm sort of shooting myself in the foot. I'm not entirely sure if I have the time. We'll see. Anyway, fire the gun! Yes! We're actually flying somewhat accurate now. Of course, accuracy is still 0.6. We're already ready to go. This is marvelous. Still reloading. Okay, so we're a little over 9 seconds on the reload. That's not bad. We can work with that. Especially if we do something like this. Aha! That should reduce the cooldown just a little bit more. Yeah. Quite a lot, actually. Just knocking about now, but it seems to be working. This is actually not a bad loadout. Like, the clips are all set up and good to go. We get a huge bonus to reloading because of the autoloader length. Great way to buff out like 8-meter shells, I swear. That is amazing. What I think I'll do is we'll make the barrel a little longer. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to add the muzzle brake on here. And it does look less powerful now, I will say that, so... yeah, we'll leave it over there. I was tempted to put the bore evacuator back over there, but it doesn't really affect all that much, unless... yeah, I think it doesn't matter where we place it. Right, 0.5 now. Speed's higher. Quite a bit higher. I think we'll add a second fin and then we'll call it on the shell. Like a final adjustment. Base bleeder and another stabilizer fin. There we go. We'll shrink the gun. There we go. Oh, hi! We've been floating back a bit, haven't we? Yeah, it's the recoil. Haha. Funny. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen for a while. I don't know, the recoil has been lowered quite a bit, actually, so who knows? It's still a bloody ton. Yeah, it's down by half. Not bad. Yeah, had to sneeze. Let's see. Inaccuracy, 0.45. Still bad. Boom. It's acceptable, I guess. We'll see. Anyway, I'm going to call this episode here. If you enjoyed the video, then please do leave a like down below. It shows me that From the Depths is a series you wish to see continued on the channel. Leave a comment down below if you have anything to say. And until next time, have a good one, folks.